Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Ooh. So we're going to go over graphics cards that are in stock. This is a live update. Let's see if they have any 9070 XTs. Out of stock, out of stock. Not tracking. Oh, in stock. 9070 XT combos, Newegg combos. And they're not prices, so out of stock, out of stock, out of stock. eBay, all models, stock available. I don't even want to look at eBay for the prices. That's brutal, though. Apparently, in Canada, we have some in stock from a viewer of mine. Now everything's out of stock. Everything's out of stock. Amazon, Newegg. Wow. Wow. Crazy. What about 9070? Oh, in stock, Newegg. Gigabyte Gaming OC Radeon RX 9070 is in stock at Newegg for $669. For a 9070. $669. Brutal. And this was posted 1 minute ago. Sapphire Pulse Radeon RX 9070, Newegg $669. Wow. It's supposed to be $549. Brutal. Oh, Canada. What about Canada? In stock a Newegg for Canada. That's all they got, eh? Wow. Apparently they are in stock though over at Canada Computers in Canada. For around MSRP price too, so it's nice. Okay. Let's do the next favorite 7900 XTX. In stock a Newegg for $1120. That's US price, by the way. $1120 for US. You don't want to check out eBay. The prices on eBay are insane. Canada, though, we got Newegg, $1,500. You know, just $1,500. Out of stock on Newegg for almost 1,700. Out of stock for 1,700. Brutal. Brutal. Let's go over to the Intel graphics cards. Well, that makes sense, eh? They can't sell any if they don't have any, I guess. The A750, $200, out of stock. Canada. We have any here in Canada? Of course not. Wow. Oh, in stock on Amazon, Canada. We have some. US doesn't. Only for almost $500 for an A770. Wow. Again, brutal. So there's nothing for Intel. Nothing. Basically nothing. eBay, again, you do not want to look at eBay. The prices are insane. Insane in the membrane. Well, NVIDIA graphics cards. Let's go after... A lot of people are not finding the 4080 Super, so let's see the 4080 Super. Wow. Guess they stopped making these to start production on the 50 series cards, so I guess, yeah, you wouldn't see any. eBay, again, if you don't want to look there. Nothing in stock. Wow. This card is still going. This is US price. This is US. $1,100 is the cheapest. Oh no, $1,000, but it's out of stock. That's a Super Wind Force, which is an okay. It's an okay one. But everything's out of stock, so does it really matter? Not really. Brutal, man. That is brutal. Okay, what about Canada? 48 Super Canada? Let's see. No. Nothing. Cheapest I could find it here is $14.99. And it's out of stock. Nope, $13.69 is the cheapest one. On Newegg, which is Super Wind Force. Again, out of stock, so I guess it doesn't matter about the price. Brutal. Okay. Update. 5090 has been updated. Ooh, 5070 and 5070 Ti and 5080 all updated. Let's go with the 5090. Well. Wow. All out of stock. Yeah, the eBay prices for the 5090 of I made a short on this. The cheapest I could find it is $5,000, and the most expensive that I was seeing was right around $12,000 for a 5090 on eBay Canada. But I mean, still, that's insane. Insane. Yeah, out of stock everywhere. 5090 for the US, out of stock. Out of stock. Out of stock. So much out of stock. Wow. Oh, Canada. Canada for the 5090. Look at the price. Newegg, $4,452. Holy shit. Crazy, man. Again, don't want to look on eBay because you're looking around $6,000 to $12,000. That's nuts, man. That's nuts. That's nuts. Cheapest one's $3,661. Wow. That was posted on February 10th. No wonder it's out of stock, because that was probably the cheapest it was at the time, or even still now. Now 3,400. No, 3,300 is cheapest. No, 3,400 is cheapest. Almost 3,500 is cheapest. On Newegg, which is the Wind Force OC. Not even the Super Wind Force. Ooh. That's blah, blah, blah. It's prices, man. I tell you. Okay, let's go 5070 next. They gotta have some 5070s, right? US? Oh, you got a pre-order on Amazon for $6.99 for 5070. You got a pre-order. They got them in stock over at Newegg. Yeah, pre-order on Amazon for $739 for what model? The tough model for $739. This is US too, right? This is US. Yeah, this is US. Wow. In stock. Newegg in stock, 769 for the Oris Master. It's a nice actually card, but blah. In stock for 709 for the Gigabyte RTX 5070 Gaming OC. Everywhere else is out of stock. Oh, well, we got MSI store. We got an MSI store. So the MSI RTX 5070 Shadow 2X. So two fans. OC 12 gig model for $549. How is this not sold out? $549. Nice. And we got Newegg. We got Newegg with the also MSI RTX 5070 Shadow. Except for this, the 3-fan model. OC 12 gig. In stock for $5.99. So you get one extra fan for $50. I know, Heart. Absolutely insane. Insane in the membrane. Oh my god. MSI RTX 5070 Ventus 3X, so 3-fan model, for $5.99 over on Newegg. Grab now before it's gone, or be on Amazon and pre-order now. That's a PNY model too. I got $3. I'll give you two. In stock, 709. PNY RTX 5070 ARGB triple fan OC. Wow. This is now, like, this was literally updated not even 30 minutes ago. 29 minutes ago. 709 US. And then we got Newegg Zotac RTX 5070. Still can't find a good card? Dude, there's a bunch of Titans around my area for sale. I really wish I had the money to buy it. There's a couple of Titans. GTX Titans, the ones I want, not the RTX, but the GTX Titans. They're actually here, used, of course, but they're around my area right now for I think it's $300 is what they're asking for. It's a little much. 168? Where are you seeing them for 168? 300 is what they're asking. I wouldn't pay that. I think the most I would pay for a GTX Titan would, and it's an XP, Titan XP, I'd probably pay about 200. But $700, Newegg. Brutal. What about Canada? 5070 in Canada. What we got? Yeah, those are the prices. Gotta love Canada. These are all updated like lately, like not long ago. Like 30 minutes ago. And this one was actually updated 1 minute ago. So Asus RTX 5070 Prime OC in stock for $1,050 or $1,000, $1,050. And then we got SD. We have them in stock at the local Micro Center. They didn't say anything about Micro Center having them in stock, man. They would generally be here in stock. So if everything's Amazon, Newegg, Amazon, B&H, MSI Store, Newegg. Nothing about Micro Center. There's no Micro Center listings. It's kind of odd. There's 15 5070 Ti's at Micro Center. Nice. Well, that's because Micro Center doesn't ship. Ah, makes sense. Let's go back to Canada, though. Fuck the US. Go to Canada. Let's see. We got in stock. Because nobody wants these cards here in Canada. 1100. 1100. 969 is what you're looking at for 969. What model? Because I want to see the price comparison from US to Canada here. What model? Is it the tough model? I've been told by a few viewers of mine now the tough model's in stock at at Micro Center. Gigabyte Gaming. Right here. So the Gigabyte Gaming, we are looking at $1,050. So actually not much difference. That's Newegg Canada. It's out of stock, but I mean, it's the same model. The Gigabyte RTX 5070 gaming. 1050. I mean, I can't believe that's not much of a difference. That's crazy. US to Canada, we should be looking at for that comparison there. 1250, 1250 or 1300 Canadian is what it should be. Been on a look for Maxon cards. Oh, nice. We have the Zotac Solid 5070 25 plus at $699. 25 plus $699. That's Micro Center, right? You can pre-order on Amazon. The Vanguard. SOCLE. Stock. In stock. Newegg. In stock. Newegg. And this is again just updated a minute ago. In stock. Newegg. It's on my way to work, so I'd rather just buy there. Yeah, it makes sense. If you're in the location for a Micro Center, then of course you're gonna be going there. Canada Computers is kind of like a Micro Center here in Canada. They're around, but some people have to drive really far to get one, or get to one. But yeah, boom. What about the 5070 Ti? Updated now. US. Out of stock, knock tracking. Out of stock, out of stock, out of stock. Oh my god. Newegg, what the is wrong with you? Oh my god. $10,000. I want $1 million for a 5070 Ti. What? Newegg. $10,000. Oh my god. Oh my god. We have like no stock of AMD 9000 series though. Yeah, I was checking that. There's nothing. Although a couple of viewers already posted on my on a bunch of videos that I posted, and they're saying they have seen some 9070 XTs in Micro Center. Maybe not around your location, but they said there are a few of them in stock. Yeah, that's what I'm reading too. AMD sold 200,000 plus GPUs since launch. 200,000, and as soon as they hit the store, they're sold. They just can't keep up with demand. Like that's actually insane. We have 9070 in stock at $529, and that's not bad. It's not bad at all, man. Yeah, $629, not so good. It should be $549. Yeah, yeah. Oh, apparently some 5070 Ti's are being sold below MSRP price. So I mean, that's pretty cool that they're being sold under MSRP price. Not much, but they're like $10 to $20 cheaper than MSRP price. Typical, exactly, right? Yeah. But $10 or no, $100,000. I'm not sure where. I just people tell me these things on my videos on the comments. It's US though. US apparently. We got it for $499. Well, I mean $4,999. Yeah. My friend is dying for a card. Yeah, no doubt. It's crazy. It's crazy. I haven't bought a new kind of GPU since my 3070 Ti, and I'm still really happy with my 3070 Ti. I mean, I would love a newer graphics card, but can't afford it, man. Pre-order $969. I like this. $969. Pre-order. Pre-order. In stock Newegg. Zotac RTX 5070 Ti Solid SFF. Small form factor. Small form factor. It's not small. Definitely not small. You don't even play games, yeah. See, I like my 3070 Ti because it has a good encoder. It's not like a 50 series encoder, but um, compared to the 20 series encoder, the 30 series encoders are like twice as good. It's actually insane. That's the only reason why I really like my 3070 Ti. It has a really good encoder. I mean, and it also works great for games. I've tested, I've shown you guys all these games that I've been testing, and they don't even use a crap ton of VRAM. Like 7.5 gigs is what the VRAM is usually at, even though I'm testing like 11 gigabyte cards as well, like the 1080 Ti, it still doesn't use that. Maybe at 4K, but most people are still on 1080p, so that's why I do a lot of testing on 1080p. He was trying to stream on. I'm streaming on a GTX 1080 Ti right now, man. You can stream on a 30 series card. I would like another 30 series card, like a 36, even a 3050. To be honest, I would use as a streaming GPU for a secondary PC. It's the CPU really gotta need, and you need some decent RAM. But you really do need a decent CPU to stream at 4K. Doesn't help that his son keeps ranking in the game graphics to alter whenever he turns his back. No, he's playing and streaming. Oh, yeah. You have if you want to stream and game at the same time, you're going to need a good CPU and a good GPU for sure. 30 series cards fine for it, but you do need a CPU to be able to back that up as well. Because streaming just streaming alone uses Um, right now I'm using about 7% just for streaming, and recordings using about another 7 to 10% of CPU, and that's just streaming. So about 20% of my CPU just for streaming, and I don't even believe right now I'm at 4K. And then if you're gaming, yeah, yeah, you're gonna need a good CPU. I'm on a 13900K, so I'm just good. I'm just fine. He got a 9900X after a lot of convincing. Yeah, 9900X is good. He was boycotting AMD going on 20 years because of the Phenom. Yeah. I would actually wouldn't mind a Phenom just for overclocking. I have a few older AMDs like the FX Bulldozer series, and it's a 6000, some sort of 6000 AI thing. Just a name, it doesn't have AI, of course, it's old. FM3 Plus is what it is. So let's go to Canada for the 5070 Ti. In stock for 1550. In stock for 1469. 69. And in stock for 1249. And that's what we're looking like here in Canada. Crazy. 14.99. Brutal. Brutal. What else we got? Let's go 5080. Let's go 5080 now. Let's see what we got 5080 in the US. What we got in the USA? 649 Newegg. That's the Asus RTX 5080 ROG Astro OC. The names I got. The problem is that he doesn't have much money, so he keeps upgrading things piecemeal, but he always goes overboard with the parts because he wants to future-proof. It's hard to future-proof. Depending on what you're doing, it's hard to future-proof. But if you're someone that actually uses your computer for more than just gaming, then you have more of a incentive to go overboard. But for gaming, these 9070 and 9070 XTs, 5070 Ti, even the 5070 is kind of future proofing for the next 5 years. But I wouldn't go above 5 years. And that's if you, depending on what you want to do. You got 1080p, you got 1440, and then you got 4K. Are you wanting to 4K at least 60 frames per second? You're gonna need a beefy CPU. You're gonna need at least a minimum of 32 gigabytes of RAM, and I wouldn't even say that for 4K. I would say 48 gigs to 64 gigs for that, and you're gonna want a decent kit of RAM, of course. And then you gotta look at the GPU, and you're gonna want something pretty beefy, like a 5080 or even a 4080 Super. It still would actually be okay for the next 5 years for gaming. But you'd probably want a 5080 or something like a 5080, like maybe a 7900 XTX. I would even say a 9070 or 9070 Ti would be good for the next 5 years. It might be only good for 4K. I'm talking for 4K. I actually tried talk him out of the 9900X upgrade. He had 12900K. He had 12900K and he's upgrading to a 9900X. That's not even much of an upgrade. Not in my opinion. It's not much of an upgrade. 6 megabytes of RAM. But he complained it was too slow, and then we find out he's using DDR4 3000 RAM. Duh, there's your problem. There's your problem. Don't have enough bandwidth. As soon as you go to DDR5, you automatically get more bandwidth. Yeah, that's definitely your problem, though. His problem. Even if you upgraded to DDR4 4000 or 4400 kit, which you can get and run pretty good on a 12900K, that would give you way better gains. Problem is he was saving for a new GPU and he hyped himself up for an upgrade. Yeah. Gotta love hyping yourself up. See, I don't hype myself up for upgrades. Gonna have an upgrade for 2 years now. 2 years. I downgrade myself all the time for overclocking. So I'll buy older hardware. So like a 12600K, a bunch of like old Xeons, LGA 1366 Xeons I bought, and GPUs, GTX 1080 I was given by a donator. Loved it. I mean, it's absolutely insane. GTX 1080 Ti, a GTX 1070, old motherboards, old CPUs, old GPUs. I mean, I got a GTX 770 I showed on a live stream and fixed it up on a live stream because it didn't work when I got it. And I loved it. I mean, I love the older graphics cards. Also EVGA too. So I love me an EVGA. Yeah, 1210 can support DDR5. That's where the platform came from. DDR5 was the first one. 12th gen was for DDR5. That was the first thing for 12th gen CPUs. DDR5. You thought 600 would be good for a new 50 series? 600? Good luck trying to find 5070. You might be able to find, but I don't think you're going to find it for 600. Used, maybe. Used. I'm talking US price. I'm still talking US price, not even Canadian price. We're looking at probably around $800-900 still for a 5070. In stock. $13.59. Best Buy. In stock. When reality hit, he decided he was gonna get something anyway, so he gave me the money to go to my micro center to get a CPU mobile RAM combo for him. Yeah, that's best way to do it. It's a really good way to do it. Getting combos. You can usually save anywhere from $40 to $100 depending on the combo, which is really nice. Especially if you need the upgrade on all those CPU, motherboard, and RAM. Or if you're like me, I just look on Amazon, and then Amazon sometimes has like 40 to 60% off on deals. Like the 13900K I got for brand new Canadian price, I got just over 200. I paid literally a little bit more for my 12600K than I did a brand new 13900K. One of the 6 people on Amazon that got this deal, because there's only 6 of them. $500 for the 9900X, a Tomahawk, and 32 gigabyte DDR5 6000. There you go. I mean, 6000 is kind of perfect for AMD. You can't really get much better than 6000. You can do 6400. Still not guaranteed it's going to work. That's why Intel is still the best for RAM, because you can get 7200 working on 4 DIMM boards, no problem. What GPU was? Oh yeah, the 3060 he was on. So I mean, he kind of needs to upgrade 3060. Unfortunately. Oh my god, let's look at Canada. Don't even want to look at. Oh my god. $2,000. 1959. Basically $2,000 in stock. 36 is so abused it finally burnt out. Well, that sucks. You should give it to me. See if I can get it back working. Only one in stock? What? In stock at Newegg for $2,000. That's Canadian price too, by the way. Brutal. So I shipped him off a 7700 XT out of my own pocket. Well, that's nice of him. That's nice of you. Go 47 Ti Super, because it's a good one to be looking at. Actually, wait, let's look at see if the 3060 is in stock. Just because you're talking about it. In stock, $329. Pre-order, $459. And that's it. Canada. They're saying, F you, Canada. You get none. Brutal. So yeah, nothing here in Canada for 3060. 47 Ti Super because it's comparable to a 9070 XT. Which is why it annoys me a bit that he still complains about not being able to get a new GPU. Why is he still complaining? This is US prices. 47 Ti Super. Wow. It's kind of hard to find these ones in stock just because they stopped making these. So of course they're out of stock everywhere. Well, the encoder on the 7700 XT is probably just as good as the 3060, so that might be why he's complaining, but he shouldn't complain because technically the 7700 XT outbeats the 3060 for gaming, so. And with the 9900X, I mean, he should be just fine for streaming and game at the same time. Should be. No, he should have been faster on the draw for a 5070 Ti. Should have had the money for it all ready to go, because that's how fast these new GPUs sell. Yeah, remember, all these scalpers from years ago have tons of money in their pocket. They're going to be buying these things 20, 30 at a time. Each person, each scalper. Then they're going to put them on eBay for $1 million. Brutal. Everywhere's out of stock. Out of stock in Canada. Oh, we got one. We got one at MSI. RTX 47 Ti Newegg in stock for $1,600. Brutal. Brutal, man. That's actually brutal. That's the thing, he had a stream. Oh, to help. Nice. That's good to do. It's good to do. stalled out at 580. Still he made something off it for going towards the GPU. I mean, I should do something like that too, but I just don't have the viewers or people with that kind of pocket change. And it's fine. I'm not complaining about that at all. I do videos to help people understand things and to show them about certain things about overclocking and that. I don't care about people trying to help me out with the channel. Just having people like you on my stream or just watching my views is good enough for me, man. Although I did get my first super chat on the weekend, which is kind of nice. And our U.S. price don't include tax. Yeah, makes sense. Yeah, it's about 50 people on average. There you go. Perfect. I think my best stream had a total of 400 people. I think it was around 400 people for my best stream. That's about the leak. Some leaks that I do. People like them. Let's go 7900 GRE, comparable to the 9070 Ti. Out of stock everywhere, so. And the price is kind of right for US there, but it's out of stock everywhere, of course. Yeah, out of stock everywhere. That's brutal. And streaming income actually helps keep the lights on. Exactly, yeah. Yep, yep. Depending on how much views you get in that, too, you can make a few bucks. I make more from donations and that, so at least right now. I just recently got monetized, so 829 pre-order Sapphire Pulse. It's an okay model. It's not the greatest model for the Sapphire, but you can pre-order. In stock over at Newegg. XFX Speedster. The Merc 310. $899. That's US. $899 US. Yeah. Out of stock everywhere here in Canada for 7900 XT. Brutal. What about a graphic card I used to have for AMD? The 6700 XT. Nice 12 gigabyte card. Prices in the US are crazy good. 300 bucks? That's it? That's definitely a recommended kind of GPU in my opinion for that price. For 300? That's definitely a recommended GPU. If nothing. The thing is, he plays his stream games at 1080p anyway. He doesn't need a 5070 Ti. Exactly. Why would you want to need an upgrade if you're only doing 1080p? You can use one of these 6900 XTs, or you could even use. Let's go back. You could probably even use a 6600 XT, to be honest. And yeah, he has a 7700 XT. I mean, it's more than capable for 1080p. Ah, because he's old and stubborn. Old and stubborn don't have the money for it. He should just give up and accept the fact that that's what he has. I mean, I've shown on most games that you can play it with a 10-year-old CPU and a 8-year-old GPU. I mean, at 60 frames per second. Are you gonna be able to stream and do that? No, you're gonna need a little bit newer of a CPU, but GPU you don't need to go nuts on. You just need a good CPU, decent RAM kit. If you know how to overclock, that'll help. Here we go, got some in stock, 7700 XT in stock. $459. Pre-order everywhere else, and then everything else is out of stock. US, Canada, we probably have 0. Oh, we got some in stock. $669. $69. Nice. Newegg. Brutal. Brutal, man. He loves AI stuff. Told me he'd rather pay an AI company $10 a month than pay a real artist because they're too greedy. I'd rather pay a real artist. I'd rather pay a real artist. I've had a lot of people ask me. I just don't have the money for paying them, and I would have to pay them, right? But yeah, I'd rather have a real artist. For one, help out your fellow people that are trying to work and do good things for people. Two, AI has taken over the world. Stop trying to help out the AI companies because they already make billions of dollars a year. They don't need your money. Two, three, just be a good person and actually help out a struggling artist, because it's very hard for artists and they have a creative mind and they're really skilled. I used to be an artist, but since I did the construction and trades and stuff like that, my hands just cannot do it anymore. I really just cannot draw or do any of that kind of stuff anymore, unfortunately. So I had to remind him his obsession with AI is why Nvidia won't make enough graphics cards at an affordable price. Very true. Also, a lot of people don't know they're putting all this AI in because, let's say you overclock and or over voltage your CPU or do any kind of tuning with your new CPUs or GPUs with AI in, they can void your warranty because it has that AI saving the information. You don't know this, but I do. 669. I mean, I use AI camera, I use AI here and there, but I don't pay companies for the AI. It just comes with it. 669. Plus, I things I buy them on sale all the time, so I don't pay the price that you would normally pay. I'm too cheap. I'm way too cheap. He's like, Nvidia should just make more GPUs. Don't they like money? They don't make any money off of their GPUs compared to the data centers. They make nothing off of us. They don't care about us. We're this much versus the data centers. Okay, data centers make them this. The data centers make them $1 trillion. GPUs make them $1 billion. It's a big gap. Data center trillion, GPUs a billion. I'm like, the stupid thing is for them to make any GPU at all. Exactly. It's stupid for Nvidia to make GPUs. It's smart for Nvidia because it keeps putting their name out there. That's one of the things about them making GPUs and that. And also because there are some people or companies like car manufacturers, robot manufacturers that buy hundreds of these GPUs at a time and use them, and then eventually and or they go, okay, well, this is not enough for us. We'll see what Nvidia has, or AMD, or more or less Nvidia has for actual data center stuff, because we're going to need a data center for it, because it's going to be way better, way more efficient if we have an actual warehouse full of data center style hardware instead of a GPU. GPUs make Nvidia nothing. $1 billion for Nvidia is nothing. They get so much allocation from TSMC, they're wasting it on GPUs. Yes and no. You gotta remember they don't just use TSMC, they use Samsung. But if you guys have not checked it out, I've already put out a few videos already now. NVIDIA and now AMD might be partnering in with Intel to use their 18A or their 1.8 nanometer transistor. And NVIDIA wants to help Intel make the 18A node even better. And for some reason, all of a sudden, AMD wants to be maybe. Well, I mean, if NVIDIA is, AMD kind of wants to be a partner up with that as well. Also, Broadcom is part of it. Yeah, TSMC is just a foundry. They just make it. They just make all these things. They just make it. They don't do much more than just make things for companies. But also Samsung. You gotta remember there's Samsung, and apparently in Arizona they're making a new Samsung factory to work on 2 nanometers. Not 1.8. The 1.8 is technically a 2 nanometer style, but the Samsung's got a new factory or has built a new factory to work on the 2 nanometer. They were working on 3 nanometer transistors, but they weren't getting a very good yield, so this automatically went to 2 nanometer, which is good because that will help make things cheaper for us. Smaller it is, the cheaper it is, because the more if they can get a good yield is better too, right? So since they're getting a better yield at 2 nanometer, it'll make things cheaper for us consumers. They already have one fab up at TSMC facility in Arizona. Yeah, I'm not saying TSMC. It's Samsung. Samsung. I already know TSMC already has a facility in Arizona. Samsung now is making a factory in Arizona. The yield's better than a Taiwan. Wow, that's actually pretty insane. That's crazy that is actually pretty crazy. They're getting a better yield. Well, we got in stock for 669 here. That's it. What else we got? Another good card. For a good price, if you can find it, 6900 XT, but I bet it's not a good price right now. Oh. No tracked at this time. Oh, we got some here in Canada, but out of stock. For $3,147. Brutal. Guy running the place is a West Point man. A lot of the employees are vets. Oh. So they run a tight ship. Yeah, no doubt. No doubt. Let's go back to NVIDIA side here. Let's check out. I mean, I can't even recommend the 4060 or 4060 Ti. I'd recommend a 4070 Super. How can I recommend a GPU that just does not exist? Brutal. At least in the US. What about Canada? I can't even recommend a GPU that doesn't exist. There you go. Imagine Arizona becoming the new foundry capital of the world. I know, right? Well, since Samsung's also making a factory there, or they've already started it, and it could be finalized here soon. So, yeah, maybe. It's pretty crazy. Arizona's becoming pretty popular for foundries. 4090. Yeah, they pulled the plug before the 50 series came out. Remember, I make all these videos. I do all these live streams for that. I already know. I knew I was one of the first people that knew. And yeah, you can still find them new. You can still find them new, man. It's just they're not in stock. You gotta remember, there's warehouses full of these GPUs still. Warehouses full still. It's just not enough. It's not enough. You can find them new. You can still find them new. Yes, you can still find them on the secondhand market, but let me just click on it. So here we go. 4090. 2,495. 4090. This is the bids. $2,000 for bids. This is the reason why we don't go secondhand on market here. Or eBay. Even on like marketplace, and that the prices are absolutely insane. Insane in the membrane. But yeah, I mean, you gotta remember, they have warehouses still full of GPUs. It's just, even though these warehouses are full of GPUs, they sell like hotcakes still. And as soon as they hit a floor or something like that, people just gobble them up. They're gone. They're gone as soon as they're here. Yeah, man, that's bids. That's the bids already almost at $2,000. Still have 3 days. $2,000 for a 4090. 5070 non-TI 609. Sec. 5070 non-TI. When you were saying Best Buy, I think there was a Best Buy here. Oh, no, I'm on US. Hold on. Canada. They have a Best Buy here. Thought I saw one. Newegg, 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 Amazon, Amazon, Amazon. Oh, I thought I saw one. Apparently not. But let's check out eBay. Oh. For an empty box, you can spend over $100 for an empty box. Over $100 for an empty box. Oh, it's brutal. That's brutal. There it is. Over $1,000 for 5070 here in Canada for eBay. That's probably gonna be around the cheapest. 5070 for 1700. Actually, yeah, 1700. 5070. 1200. Yeah, 1200. Right there, 1200. 1900 for 5070 Ti. 1900. Brutal. Brutal. Oh man. But here's 5070 all in stock here. Just updated. Amazon Newegg. Pre-order for 1100. Crazy, man. Let's check out. Oh, just strictly a 4080. I get 57 from a friend if it was 12 effing gigabyte. Yeah, right? Oh, if it wasn't 12 gig, yeah. And 12 gig is still fine. In my opinion, 12 gig is still fine. A lot of people complain it's 12 gigs, but 12 gig is still fine. Especially if you're doing 1080p or even 1440, 2K monitor, you're still fine with 12 gig. 4K, no. You definitely want 16 gig or more if you're doing 4K. But again, you have to have the monitor for it. Everywhere out of stock. With Canada. Yeah, everywhere out of stock. Brutal. That's March 10th. The last one was March 10th for about 1800 on Newegg. March 20th last time. Brutal. Yeah, and then we can go back over the Intel arc here. Refresh the page. Nothing. All models. Let's check. A770 Phantom Gaming here for just over $300. The A750 Tiger Limited Edition for almost $500. It says our best offer though, so probably go down a little bit. The 310 here for $150. Brutal. Actually, I wouldn't mind trying out the 310, see how good it'd be for a small form factor PC. The B580 12 gig edition, $359. Limited edition B580, $374, $400 after shipping. I would like a A770 limited edition. I would actually like one. They got a beefy encoder on them. Apparently the new Battle Mage, the B580, has a really good one too. I would actually like a Intel one. I just don't have an Intel graphics card yet, unfortunately. I do want to get one of these Intel SSDs here. They're just so expensive still. I mean, 6.4 terabyte for $300. You gotta remember though, this thing's like really old now. What? Probably around 8 years old now. It's fast though. These things are fast. They last a long time. That's why I'd want one. But you can only find them used. You can't find them new anymore, unfortunately. We all thought Battle Mage would revolutionize the market. It kind of did, but it didn't have enough of them to sell. They just sold so fast, and then no one got really their hands on it, so they couldn't really put out their name as much. But they're good. I mean, their encoders are insane, man. Like insane on them, and that's really what is great about them is their encoders like match Nvidia's newest editions. So if you need a good encoder, Intel Battle Mage, the B580s, wow, really good. Plus, when they first came out, they weren't really optimized good, and then now, with the latest drivers, you got a 45% increase in performance. That's one thing a lot of people didn't know either. Is you get a 45% increase just by updating the drivers. So, and the prices were around the right price for them too. So it's also very nice. So their newest ones that I could be working on is what should hopefully revolutionize. Again, that's why NVIDIA, AMD, and also Broadcom are wanting to partner in with Intel. I do believe NVIDIA and Intel right now are working on a contract to use the 1.8 nanometer transistor or the 18A and 18AP node. Right now, they're working on it. NVIDIA will just help out Intel, like actually make it a revolutionary node. I mean, Intel's been working on it for almost the past 2 years now, so it should be good. It should be good. It should be fairly low power for the AP node, and just for the A node, the 18A node, it'll be great to have. It should be a lot cheaper too. It should help bring down the market. I can get a B580 from Alibaba for 270. That's pretty good. That's not horrible at all. No, no, that's not bad at all. It's definitely worth it, especially if you do need the encoder. And then the performance for gaming too. It's not bad. It's not bad at all. Like it's comparable to the 4070, I think they were saying. So I mean that's pretty good. Comparable to a 4070 for $278. That's a steal. I'm probably gonna call it here a stream here soon though. I could possibly put two GPUs in a single PC, use one to game and the other one to code. Yeah. That's why people like them because they're also pretty low powered. You can put both GPUs in, no problem. Yep. If you go past two different kind of models of GPUs, your PC won't like it and it won't install the drivers onto one GPU. You can do up to two though. You can do up to two different GPUs. Yeah. You can use one strictly for gaming, so you plug your monitor into the one that you want to use for the gaming, and then on your desktop, right click, and then you can go into the settings, and then you can set it so that way, if you want to use the encoder off of one GPU or another, you can just set the encoder onto the Intel one, or if you have another like 3050 or whatever GPU, you can just set the encoder to run off of that one, which is great. But yeah, you can do up to two different GPUs. That's max though, okay? Just two different GPUs. If that's the case, even the B7 or B770, B570 will suffice, right? Yeah, because it's same encoder. With those series, it's still the same encoder. That's why any 30 series card is good for an encoder. It doesn't matter if you have a 3050 or a 3090, still the exact same encoder. Might have a little bit different performance while gaming, of course, but the encoders are the exact same. Yeah, I'm probably gonna call it a stream here. I gotta make some more videos, put out some more shorts. Trying to get more views, trying to get more people to my channel. I've gotten a couple extra subscribers in the past couple days here, so it's kind of nice. Yeah, keep up to date on it though. I'm just trying to work on figuring out what to make for content. It's not exactly easy. So I'm gonna call it a stream here, guys. So you know what it is. Well, you know what time it is. Gotta put my big boy pants on. All right. Thanks everyone for watching. Again, thank you to all my viewers, subscribers, and donators. You guys are helping out this channel greatly. If you have not checked out the Discord link, you should definitely check it out. If you have not checked out the Patreon page, you should definitely check that out as well. If you want to help out the channel, join the channel. There's multiple different tiers to join. If you want to help out this channel through via PayPal, I also have a PayPal donation as well to help out this channel. So again, thank you for watching, and as always, don't forget to get her done.